welcome to sunny Melbourne. It's the middle of winter and it's freezing. But what we're going to do is, thanks for filling in your email address and getting this video as well. Hopefully you can get some value out of this and do a bit of a self-assessment. My name's Jai Forster and
I'm Hamish Evans, and we've both been studio owners. Jai's sold his, I've still got mine running, nearing 7 figures. As a personal trainer, or as anyone in the fitness industry, generally you look at taking the next step. Okay, so most personal trainers become great personal trainers, and then they want to know where to go from there. Are you ready to take that next step? And for most people that is, okay, I'm ready to start my own studio. I'm ready to set up a boot camp. I'm ready to buy a small gym or a franchise. Are you really ready?
Ultimately the goal for us here in creating this video is don't open a studio if you're not ready. I mean,
absolutely. It's an honest appraisal of what opening a studio entitles. It's not just a license to print money. In fact, it's far from it.
It's hard work.
It's hard work, and you've got to be passionate about it.
All right, so number one, a great personal trainer does not necessarily equal a great studio owner.
So often a personal trainer that will do well in a gym or personal training environment, they have great technical skills, they have great rapport with their clients, but that doesn't mean they're a great person at running a business. So just be aware that just because you have the technical abilities, just because you have great retention and great rapport with your clients, doesn't necessarily mean that you're suited or that you're ready to start a studio.
Again, I think that's a great way to introduce these 5 points, and it's point number one. Massive point. And it kind of relates back to our 5th point here, that there are many hats to be worn and it's not just about being a great PT. So we'll touch on some of those towards the end. Number 2, studio ownership is like passive income, right? Because you can put trainers in there and walk away
just
and let
take a step back.
Yeah, passive income. Well, we like to refer to it as active income.
Yeah, it's active income. We call passive income in itself a myth. It doesn't matter what the industry is. If there's people that are generating revenue through a business or even through real estate, they tend to have either put in the hours, long hours, or they still are putting in smart, productive effort into that business.
I think that's what they call it passive for, is because they pick the most enjoyable parts and they do it for fun.
It's passive because it's time leveraged, but they're still in it. It doesn't mean they're not involved.
Yeah. So I think we've referred to passive income a little bit in the studio success framework and in those modules.
Yep.
But when we do, it's always about leveraging your time, and you're still going to have things to work on.
So this doesn't mean that there is not the ability to leverage a studio, to leverage a small gym. There certainly is. It's just saying that it's not as simple as, okay, I'm going to buy this, set it up and let it run itself. You, being in this industry, need to be involved. You need to put the framework in place. Even if it's in a franchise, you still need to put the framework in place. You need to be the person that's delivering and the person that's leading.
So let's be 100% honest right now, and let's let these guys know, what day is it?
It's Sunday.
And what time is it?
It's 6:30
PM.
And we're both hungry.
So here we are, but we're doing our things to generate some leverage and some income for ourselves.
Passive income.
So, and we're doing this for fun. It's what we've talked about for ages. We've been dying to create this product and we can't wait to get it out there. We've had a massive weekend of filming, but that's what we're doing to generate this passive flow of income that's going to hopefully come along board if you guys decide to get involved with studio success.
I probably should elaborate on that. Part of the reason we're doing this is not just my trainers, but a lot of people come to me and ask me advice on setting up a studio or what should they do. They want to start up something. They want to start a boot camp. I want to set up a small studio. I want to set up a CrossFit box. I want to set up a small gym. Who should I go with? We just want to make sure people are ready for that. We freely give our advice and happily give our advice to people, and we don't want people to make mistakes. There's too many businesses we've seen, especially in this industry, that are setting up and dropping off the radar so quickly.
So let's get into some stuff in-house.
Yeah.
What does it look like inside a studio? Culture
trumps skill set any day.
It's very similar to the whole experience outweighs the science. So, you know, the client's experience is so much more valuable than how well your trainer can articulate the technical component of chest press.
The culture also trumps your facilities. It also trumps your programming. It also trumps basically anything else. Yeah, your equipment, anything else you put here. It's retention's about culture, and referrals are about culture, and both of those two are keys to business growth.
I think that's in a sales situation too. A lot of people come into a studio environment and you go, check out my facilities, how cool are they? Here's this equipment, it's the best in town. I don't care if I'm a new prospect, I'm thinking about joining here, and then I go down the road and to another studio and that guy just wants to be my friend, and then I offload all my goals and aspirations to this person, and that I feel a real connection with that person. I'm going to go to that person every time. Doesn't matter how good your skill set is, or how scientific your programming is, how good your equipment is.
So your clients don't care if you've got a PhD in
push-ups.
Yeah, push-ups, all right. Or anything for that matter, what courses you've done. What they care is how you make them feel. Did they enjoy the session? Did they meet other people? Did people greet them and acknowledge them and, you know, refer to them by name? That's what they want, and that's why they stay. I mean, CrossFit is nailing this culture thing, and that's why they're doing so well in this industry, and it's about time we all followed suit. Number 4, staffing is the key. So, you know, once you've created a business and you start to leverage yourself off the tools, off the floor, it all comes down to staff. They're going to be the biggest headaches in your business. It's, you know, reality. And any boss will say that in almost any industry, but in this industry especially, it's such a transient industry, it's such a high turnover. And there's also not that ability to have middle management layers the whole way up. Staffing is going to break your heart, but they'll also be your best friends. It'll also provide you great times, great, great feel, and they provide this culture. So be very wary of staff. Understand that it's going to consume most of your time, which is why you need to become such a leader.
I think that's one of the best pieces of advice you can get before going into a studio. And this is why it's in our top 5 right at the moment, to really make you aware that it's make or break, really. They can make your facility. If you've got all these things checked off and you're providing a great culture, your staff can make they can give you that leverage you've been looking for. You're on team, you're a good leader, you're one team, you're a good leader, and the culture's up and the retention is high and your staff are taking, that makes the business.
Bring a bad staff member into your small business environment and it's like a weed. Watch the clients drop off, watch the culture disappear. You need to protect that culture like nothing else, and the way to do that is by hiring and training and monitoring staff incredibly well.
And look, and the other side to reality is that you could have an amazing trainer that's on board with the culture and doing all of that, and then an opportunity in life presents itself and that trainer has to leave. And you've got to let them walk out the door and watch them walk out the door, even though they were right on song with your culture and everything was just running swimmingly. Your lead trainer leaves, and there goes a massive hole in your business. You've got to find other trainers to train their clients now, and in the way that you've set that up.
We've both been through it. You're going to bleed financially, you're going to hurt emotionally, but at the end of the day, if you can maintain a strong culture and be a leader and have a systemized business, that's where you need to step up and make it happen.
So as you can see from the points we've raised here, you need to wear many hats, which brings us to point number 5.
Yeah, it's not glamorous, let's face it.
Wearing many hats?
Many hats, yeah.
You just want to wear one.
The plunger is the worst hat. I've worn that one quite often.
The deflated soccer ball. So I think what we're trying to get at here, and this works even as a trainer, you'd understand this. On the gym floor or in the studio floor, wherever you're working currently, in the bootcamp environment outside, you're training someone, you're their best friend, the session's over, money please, you've got to put your sales hat on. So there's, I think, the first 2 hats that you need to wear as a personal trainer. Bringing into a studio environment and being an owner of a business in a studio setting.
Expect 100 hats. So you've got to be the cleaner, you've got to be the salesperson, you've got to be the lead generator, the marketer, you've got to think about your advertising, you've got to think about maintenance and equipment repairs and equipment cleaning. You've got to think about
training, development, sales, marketing,
programming, delivery from your staff.
How long have you got?
Yeah, that's right. Delivering a consistent service and a consistent message. make sure the information is filtering its way from the top down.
So yeah, that's part of being a good leader. It's part of letting go of your ego. Even though you're the boss, you're the one that occasionally, even if you employ a cleaner to clean your studio, you've still got to cross-check that and make sure it's being done effectively. They may not turn up, you've got to clean the toilet. Stuff happens, you know?
That's right. And you will start to outsource a lot of these hats as you go, but especially in the development phase, but right through, you're still going to have many hats, you know, including and especially your accounts. You've got to stay on top of your accounts. You've got to stay on top of your profitability. You've got to, at the end of the day, you've got to keep a business above that line.
Getting to know the numbers is huge, and it's one of the main hats that you're going to be wearing. It's one of the heavier hats, and you've got to be good at learning the numbers. And something as trainers, we take pride in providing great programming and being great in the physical world, being everyone's friend. And then you've got to look at a business model and look at numbers, and it's the last thing you want to be looking at when you're based your whole development on relationships and rapport, you know, and you've got to bring it back into a business setting.
That's right. So there's a few things to be wary of before you jump into the deep end and set yourself up as a PT studio owner. If you are interested and think you can handle all that, then feel free to jump over to our website. The link is below, and have a look at the Studio Success System. And if you've got any questions, feel free to contact us. We love ambitious people that are keen to, you know, make it in this world, because let's face it, at the end of the day, there's not enough penetration, and there's a lot of people that need our help.
Good luck. Hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully we'll see you soon in the Studio Success modules.